I'm Deborah, and we're IT Underground, and we're actually in Haiti. And so we're really, really excited. We've been through a lot this week, and we just want to invite you to kind of take a stroll with us in our week. And Romy's going to start us off.
So the first place we visited was in Nebane. It was a dam that was founded in 1930, and in 1957 returned to a hydroelectric dam which provides 137 megawatts per day to the city of Port-au-Prince, Léogâne, and Jacques. And also, the second place, which is very dear to my heart, was Machan Dessalines, where this is the village where Dessalines, the first emperor of Haiti, the village that he had built a fort around to protect the city, past Latibonique. And it was an awesome experience to be in a place where our founding father, he was one of the first emperor to actually rename Haiti after the colony, independence from the French colony, to Haiti after the Taínos. And then being in the presence of our founding fathers, knowing that the same soil that they stepped on, we were walking that same path.
So it's really exciting to be part of history in the making,
Yes.
and knowing that we were part of that, which brings us to, we'll show you some footage of it of Unpali that's coming in May 31st, and you guys have heard about it, but we want every Haitian to be there, and because a lot of it has to do with our history, our identity, and our hope, and so we got a chance to experience that.
Yes, it was an amazing experience.
And so just not only, for this trip, when we had set it up, we realized, okay, in order for us to figure out and be who we are as Haitian people, we got to know where we've come from. And so part of knowing our history was one thing, but the other part was okay, how do the relationships that we're a part of, how do we continue to cultivate that? And so we got a chance to be with Upper Room and Timothée. Yeah. And, from the past, we kind of mentioned that Upper Room, we're kind of coming alongside of them, but we got a chance to hang out with Cléline and Jean-Lémon, which is the leaders, the directors of this orphanage, which they've opened up their homes, excuse me, for 31 beautiful children. And so we got a chance to hang out with them and actually celebrate some of their birthdays. It was 5 of them, yeah. And they were just wrapping up 2 for that week because it was on Easter break. And so it was really good. And we got a chance to be with Timothée, Ministry de Timothée, that's here in Bonnepo, that's doing an amazing job. And so for me, I really feel we got a chance to see them live out James 1:27, which is true religion is when you care for the orphans and you care for the widows. And this ministry is devoted to just care for widows, not only in their community, but how to bring widows around Bonnepo together. And so in May, they'll be inaugurating this home that they themselves built for this one of the eldest widows that's here in Bonnepo. And what kind of intrigued us the most is the fact that no one's really supporting them. It's their time, their resources, their own money out of their own pockets, And so it was really cool to be with them because it's sort of like they're part of a church but really don't really fit in, but really want to live out the gospel and be the church. And so it was definitely amazing to be a part of that,
Yeah, and also in cultivating the relationship with Timothée, Deborah and Rigel got to be a part of the wedding, our first wedding here in Haiti.
Yeah.
We got to participate. And so one of the persons that we met that was really dear to my heart that is part of Timothée is Foueja. He, I can say, probably personally had never read the Bible himself, but every word that flows out of his mouth is of God and of Jesus, just talking about from the beginning of the New Testament to the end of who God is and just the word, everything about him. And you can also see his thumbprint in some of the younger guys in the community, like Samuel, Phantom, Raquel, Jean,
yeah.
to name a few of the guys who's been under his discipleship, and you can see the result of that. He's one of the elders in the church, and he's been discipling many of the guys who's in there, and he's just an amazing heart. We got to have a chance to sit down with him and his wife to hear the story, how they met, and his beautiful wife and her heart that she has. She's just like a humbling spirit. It was just an amazing experience just to have dinner with them.
Yeah, and I think part of being in Haiti this week was amazing because we got to be a part of Easter week and just a preparation of the story of the crucifixion and resurrection and experience it, the Haitian way. And so it was amazing just to get ready for Vendredi Saint, and we got a chance to go to Plage Publique, and so Rigel ended up just going off and getting in the boat and meeting this guy that was on the boat, and immediately he got on the boat, and Rigel was just having a conversation with him, and the guy just opened up his heart. He was a fisherman, and the guy just opened up his heart and was just like, hey, I don't think I'm a Christian anymore. I think I'm going to hell. And Rigel was like, why? He was like, because I don't go to church anymore. And, Rigel's talking with him back and forth. And Rigel asked him, do you believe in Jesus? And he said, yes. And Rigel was like, do you pray? He said, yes. And Rigel was like, do you read the Bible? And he said, yes. He was like, then you're still a Christian. You're not going to hell. Just because you don't go to church or be a part of a building does not mean that you're not a Christian. And so I think Rigel coming back and sharing that with us, I think it was just a confirmation of really the sealing of why IT Underground exists and why we want to move to Haiti, why we want to be a part of that, because so many Haitians believe that conversion, believe that in order to understand Jesus has to be a part of the building. But when we look at what Timothée is doing, when we look at what Upper Room is doing, that's the church, And so we're just grateful to experience that this week and be a part of that. And as we look forward to, finding a home, as we look forward to building deeper relationships with the people that we're talking to, we want to continue asking you, all of our champions back home, to continue to pray for us, to continue to support us, because we need it, And so for the May 31st event, Unparlé, we expected chaque Haïtien to be there at 6 o'clock for us to talk more about that. What does it look like for the handprint of Jesus on the Haitian community and what God is calling us to in Haiti and also in Tampa? So thank you for sitting with us in IT.
Yeah.
Again, we're Deb. And
I'm Romy.
And we're IT Underground. Abderracine, Bati, Planté.